Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rina the Wolf, and today I want to talk about whether you should get back to someone you already said your goodbyes to. No, this might be a little bit similar to my Can You Be Friends with an Ex video, but this is a little bit different because I have given this topic some serious thought, and I know it's never easy. When you say goodbye to someone, let it be a friend, a lover, the person of your dreams, it's not easy. It never is. And recently some things happened that made me realize that trying to pick up the pieces is not always a good idea. So I do have some experience regarding this, and yes, I gotta admit, sometimes I did think about picking up the pieces with someone would be the best, but maybe, just maybe, because I was still in my grieving period. So I have some stories regarding this, and I have some thinking to do regarding this. But if you are looking for a straight answer, I can give you that, because each and every relationship is unique. Each and every situation is determined by its own circumstances. So I can't tell you a definite yes or no, but I can give you some stories and hopefully you can relate to it. So let's get it started. Breakups have always been hard for me, which is supposed to be normal, right? So I always went psycho after a breakup. In most cases, because I was the one who was broken up with. And a breakup is hurtful, it's painful, and in some cases it can take a lot of time to get over it, right? Well, I'm not good at breaking up. And the reason why I go full psycho in these cases is that I want the other person to hate me, not to look for me anymore. This is messed up, it is, but this is my self-defense mechanism, right? If they didn't want to be with me, they don't have to be with me. But then later on, once they realize we both changed, because some months, some years have passed, and maybe it could work out, nah, don't do that. So when I was younger, I had my first girlfriend towards the end of high school, and it lasted for quite a long time, 2-3 years maybe. And then just around when I started university, we broke up. We decided to break up, which was fine because things did not work out. I was maturing, she was not maturing, and I also realized that with time we became two completely different people. Like, I just could not feel the connection that we had when we were teenagers. So we broke up. So some years later, she did not even call me. She called my cousin about that she's in the city and they could meet up, which was fine. My cousin told me we are on good terms, so she told me everything. And then one day she was like, listen, maybe you could meet up, a few years passed, and she told me how you were the best for her, things like that. And I was like, I'm like so not interested, but so interested at the same time. It was confusing. I was very conflicted because I knew that at first I did not want anything from her. And I knew that we were two completely different people. We did not really have common ground anymore. But in the end, I agreed to meet her. My cousin was there, and I felt kind of safe. My ex-boyfriend also happened to be there because I called him and told him that, maybe we could meet up. So I was a freaking piece of shit and I took my ex-boyfriend there. Oh my god. But that night nothing happened. Actually, my ex-boyfriend was a sweetheart and took my ex-girlfriend back to the motel she was staying in, so nothing happened. And then, for some reason, I thought meeting her one more time would be a good choice. Like, it was a brand idea, like she apologized, things like that. But then we went back to the motel and we started hooking up. And it felt so wrong. Good, because obviously we were hooking up. A lot of things had changed in those past years, but at the same time it felt so wrong, and I was really conflicted again, and I knew that we were not a good fit. Like, started to talk again was a huge mistake, and we were interrupted. That's really embarrassing. We were interrupted by her friend. So I dressed up, packed my things, and I went home. So she actually walked me to the bus station, and during the whole little trip, she was like, "You have regrets, right?" And I was like, "No." "You have regrets, right?" "No." But I had so many regrets. After that, we did not really talk. So this is just one story, and this was messed up. There was one occasion when an ex texted me like she tried to pick up the pieces, most probably as friends. And she texted me like, "How's it going? I hope you're okay. I know it's been a while." And I was like, "Don't do that." And I did not even reply because it was not much after we broke up. I don't want to talk about the circumstances of the breakup. It was very hurtful for me. So not a lot of time passed after the breakup, and I knew that had I replied, I would have said a bunch of things that I would have regretted later. So yeah, that's also an option, not to reply or to block them. Blocking is not too mature, but if it makes you safer, do it. I had some breakups where I actually thought about reaching out to my exes, and thank dog I did not do that. So the thing is, one of my exes back from the COVID era, oh my god, it sounds so wrong. So we broke up, and I wanted to reach out several times, but part of the story is that one time I tried the to get over someone, get under someone method, and I did fall in love with another girl, and that was it. I never reached out. Did I think about it? Sure. But I just didn't. Not only because I fell in love with someone else, I just did feel that we had our closure. Even though I did not understand the exact motives, I did feel the closure. Now, hopping on to the next breakup, it was hurtful and I did want to reach out. Oh my god, when I said I went full psycho on my first ex-girlfriend, it was an understatement, because what someone else got was full psycho. So I was really hurt by the breakup, and it was not specifically because of a breakup. I had been wanting to break up for about a year when she did. The reason why I lost it and I went batshit crazy was she just left without a word. She packed up, she left. And the thing is, up until the last minute, I knew I wanted to break up. I wanted to talk things through. But she was not here, and I told her a lot of hurtful things. I did threaten her in a way, like, you know what, I will not leave until we talk things through. You can go, but I just want to talk things through. I will be waiting at your workplace up until we talk things through. So it was so bad. I went full psycho. I shouldn't have. I do have regrets regarding this. Yes, I do. And it just happened, okay? It did happen. I'm not proud of it, but it did happen. And we never talked after that. Could I have still reached out to her? Yeah. And sometimes I wanted to, just to talk things through, seriously, just to get closure, because for a very long time, I felt like I did not get the closure I needed. She just left. She did take some of my things I would have needed, but that's okay. So the thing is, it was over and it was fine. And if you did watch my previous videos from last year or the beginning of this year, you might know about my messiest situationship. I still consider this my messiest relationship. And we just ended it, which was not a good feeling. And towards the end, I was really hopeful that we would meet up. It never happened. I felt disappointed. 5 months of my time without a meeting is a lot of time. For me, it's a lot of time. I don't care what people say. 5 months is a lot of time, okay? So I freaked out. I was not that harsh with her as with my ex. I did say some things I did regret. So I uploaded the video. She didn't take the video well, or anything that I talked about in the video. She left me a shit ton of voice messages and she blocked me. I did not want to do anything with the situation afterwards. I know it was better that way. But if you watched these videos when I talk about this, you might know that there was someone else. Actually, there were several people involved in this whole situationship, which is so unlike me. But there was this girl, I named her Becky, and she did not deserve any of these things that she's gotten because I used her. She knew that I used her. She let me use her, and I'm still a little bit pissed about that, because when I didn't get my ways with Wendy, I think that's how I named her, I was pissed and I used Becky. And I'm not gonna lie, I did love her in a way, but never in a way she wanted me to. I could not fall in love with her. We did keep trying, And last year, not much before I got together with my last ex, Becky told me that she needs some serious closure. She needs a lot of distance, and she would move to another country. And I was like, yes, please do that, because most probably this is going to be the best thing that we could do at this point, because definitely there's attraction. There's a lot of attraction. We had a lot of great times together. We really enjoyed our time together. She was in love with me, and for some reason I just could not fall in love with her, and it actually hurt both of us. So when she told me that she was about to move, I was happy about it. Sad, because a part of me actually thought that we could be friends, because otherwise we really enjoyed our time together. Everything seemed to be perfect. Well, except for the part that I could not fall in love with her. But yeah, things were okay between us. And yeah, she moved. I got together with my ex, and I will talk about this and this breakup in a few minutes. So this all happened. Becky moved, and I didn't hear about her, of her, from her for a lot of time. Now, when I uploaded a video about that my ex broke up with me, a few days later she texted me. She wanted to know if I was okay. And I was like, no, I'm not okay. I don't know if I ever was or if I ever will be. And then she said that we could meet up. And I got surprised. She moved back at the end of the summer, and she didn't want me to know. She was hoping that we would never bump into each other, and it actually worked. We never met. Up until the point she told me that she's back, and for a good while I was like, we should not do this, we should not meet, because we just had our closure, we talked things through, we're better without each other. But at some point, both of us broke. We did meet. We tried again for the millionth time. And here is this thing. We were happy. But it happened again. I couldn't love her. So at the end of the year, we decided that we would not start 2025 together, and that we would seriously cut off the ties, because it's not good for any of us. Ever since then, we have not talked. I think this is the best that could have happened. I'm very proud of her. Usually she was the one who broke. I'm really proud of her. And I can't say I don't miss her, because a part of me does. But I'm very, very proud of her, because I know that this whole thing did a lot of damage to both of us, actually, because I felt guilty for not loving her, and she was hurt because I could not love her. So that one is over. And when my ex, let's call her Jacqueline, when she broke up with me, for a good while I wanted to go after her, like making these romantic gestures, like sending her stuff or send her messages. And I wanted that. And up until this day, this is the 19th of January, 2025, I'm not over her. A part of me still wishes that one day she would just text me or call me, like if everything was okay, if we could talk things through. But being completely honest, I'm not sure that would be a good thing, because we pretty much had our closure. I understand how she needs to be alone. She's on her healing journey. I'm on my healing journey. And disrupting it might be a bad idea. Maybe, or maybe not. We would never know. But I know I do miss her. I do love her. And I'm still waiting for these feelings to be washed away. And technically I was the one who asked her to erase my name from everywhere. So after all this talking, here comes the question, and here are the things that we should consider if we want to connect with someone again. The most important thing that we need to acknowledge, that most probably we have no idea what the other person is going through. Are they doing okay? Are they with someone else already? Are they on their healing journey? Or are they still grieving for the past relationship, we don't know in most cases. And what we most probably don't know, whether we would just do more damage or just mitigate the damage. Sometimes when two people decide to separate, after a few months or years, they can talk about things. In some cases, they can have closure if that's what they need. And yeah, in some cases, they can successfully pick up the pieces. I know about people who got divorced a few years past, they started talking again and got married again, which is impressive to me. In most cases, after a breakup, the two people never talk again. And that's fine. And in some cases, I think we are just a little bit selfish because we think that, listen, I'm not over this. Listen, I still need them. I want them. I want to be with them. If I could just talk them one last time. While maybe the other one is still suffering. While maybe they are already on a healing journey. And as painful it might be, you might not be required for that healing journey. Besides, maybe, and just maybe, you don't miss the person you lost. Maybe you miss the person you were with that person. Maybe you miss the little traditions that you have built during your time together. Maybe you miss parts of them, and it can be. But in most cases, getting back together is not a success story. There are exceptions, but what you need to keep in mind is that you would never know if this would do more damage or just mitigate the damage, or if it would make things better. You most probably have no idea what the other person is going through. And you really need to put a lot of thinking into this. So the reason why I brought this up is that, and I'm still hesitating making a video about the Ellie Hills case. If you don't know what I'm talking about, consider yourself lucky. It's messy, and the thing is, to some extent, it might be true. So if you just observe a relationship, in most cases you have no idea about the full dynamic, right? Like, you might know one part or one side of things, of what a couple do or how they act when they are together, but that's it. So a couple might agree on something, like leaving love notes even after a breakup might be cute, and when it comes to real life, it might be scary. You can do a lot of things that you and your former partner might have considered romantic, but you know, when you're out of a relationship, these things might be scary, and you might go way too far. You might lose your shit. You might send things you don't mean. You want to mess with them because you lose your shit, because you're disappointed and broken, and nothing can be said or done that would justify your actions. So someone said that people who go after their exes are total psychos because what the hell? You have broken up. They want nothing with you anymore. But then again, as it might be true, there is a chance that you can pick up the pieces months or years later, and it happens. But would you want to do this? You seriously need to think things through, especially if you have no idea how they are doing, what they are doing, whether if they are with someone else. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I've been rambling for a lot of time now, and now I feel like shit. Oh my god, I have ripped a lot of wounds open today. But the main thing is, Never think that you are the only person who goes through hell. Try to be a little bit more considerate, and if you're the one who receives the message or call, try to be a little bit open, not too open. Just consider what you two had gone through, and remember, you always have the option not to reply. You always have the option to pick up the pieces, but don't go too far. Okay guys, I think it was way more than enough of me for today. So if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but it means a lot to me and it seriously helps. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.